Hello guys, welcome to the channel. We've been hearing and we've been seeing clips, video clips, and hearing what has been going on online about Very Dark Man and also the news that came out about Regina Daniels and her husband. Now, this is just a short message. This is not a gossip channel. And if you don't know what has been happening or what happened with Regina Daniels and her husband, you can just go and look for somewhere to watch, or they'll give you the details, both the details that they know and the one they don't know. Mostly they don't even know because you know how gossip media works. But um, this is just a message to both of them. They are not related, and the situation or the situations concerning both of them is not related, but this is just a message because there's something that they have in common. And I will tell you what they have in common if you've not been able to figure it out. Now, Very Dark Man, let me start with Very Dark Man. You see, Very Dark Man started very well. In fact, this is not a broadcast to attack him or criticize him or condemn him. Maybe positive critique will also be there. Criticism will be there. Positive criticism will be there, but it's not a negative criticism or attack, because whether you like it or not, Very Dark Man has done positive things and still continues to do positive things for the people of Nigeria. Because when he started with all the exposing some of the fake products and all these bleaching products, everybody was chanting his name. Everybody was on his side. When he helps people recover their money from people that try to con them, everybody was on his side. And so generally, even till this moment, Very Dark Man has done more positive than negative, or what people will perceive as negative. That's the truth. So this cannot be something to condemn Very Dark Man. Maybe we're trying to know. But at the same time, because we have to also make sure that we do not miss our way. Some people in this life started very well, but along the line, there's if they are not careful, they can misstep, or they can just take a wrong turn. And sometimes they won't even realize it until they've gone so far in that wrong way. Now, for Very Dark Man, the point is Very Dark Man's recent issue with B Lord. That's not even something that I'm so much interested in. In fact, it's not about B Lord. The main point is it is about businessmen. Because you might think he came for B Lord, but it's also about business. And if you say, oh, well, there are some businessmen that are not doing well, there are some businessmen that are not doing that and that, then you can't you can't support one businessman and be against the other if the other one, if they are all doing the same thing, or if even that one you're supporting might be doing worse. And also, did you sit down to count all the costs of doing that business, not just the ending result or the price? Okay, when everything is done and you say, oh, this thing I'm selling it for 1,000, for example, I'm selling this for $1,000, and be like, oh, but this thing I saw it somewhere and they're selling it uh for 300 or $400. Now, where did you see it is the question. Did you see it? If you saw it in the same environment or the same country, state, where you found him selling 1,000, and you saw it somewhere else and bought the same thing with the same quality or the same make, and you're seeing the person selling it at a very inflated price, then people, it will make, even some of us will be like, okay, well, how did this person own become so expensive? Did he get like a free shipping, or did he, how did he bring it in and all that? But if you've not counted the cost of doing that business and everything, and you just rush to social media to try and maybe bring that person down, because that's what you call it, because there's no way you say it's a positive criticism by just coming online without doing proper findings. So the people selling the same product with this man that you say his own is very expensive, have they used the same route to bring their product in? Or even can you see somebody else selling the same product that that man is selling? So it's starting to look like, okay, what do you want us to know you as? Very dark man. You've already come out with this identity of social activism or online activism and speaking for the people, and everybody loves you for that. People respect you, people saw you, people still see you as someone that puts himself on the line for the good of everyone or for the good of the common man and woman. So, but now there's some type of kind of there's this it's like people are not able to put exactly what your intentions are or where you're heading. I won't say everyone, maybe some people that are thinking deep, some people are thinking deep and they'll be like, what exactly is Very Dark Man up to? Or what is he trying to do? Because it seems like, okay, all these things you're saying, they generate reaction, it's content. It's content, but now people have not seen you, or some of us have not seen, do not see you as just a content creator. Yes, everything is content. And in fact, there's nothing wrong with doing content. But now, you need to understand that you have to also choose the kind of personality or the kind of brand that you want people to know you for. Because you've already, well, because if you can do what you're doing, no, nobody has the right to tell you not to do it. But at the same time, you also do not have the right to tell people how to now see you. You can do what you're doing, but people will also are also entitled to see you the way they think that you are. That is them. So nobody will control the other. So the point is, Very Dark Man has been doing a lot of good, and I respect him for that. He has done a lot of good. You can say there are some that he didn't get right. Yes, I don't believe that any is perfect. There's no perfection, and that's where some of the fans are missing it. Well, nobody is saying that you should attack Very Dark Man, especially if you are a fan of him. You can't just wake, But at the same time, you have to do it consciously. Even you do it consciously is not war. Sometimes you can even engage people in a civilized conversation and reasoning. If somebody is coming for an attack or trying to just tear down Very Dark Man, of course, if you say you are his supporter, you should be able to kind of attack that narrative. Yes, but if somebody is bringing positive kind of criticism, or someone is trying to ask where is this thing, what's going on, and without any malicious intent, then you shouldn't just be looking for how to fight online, or you shouldn't, because now it seems like human worshipping. It seems like celebrity worship, you know, and this is something that is one of the major reasons why Africa is where it is today, because of you know human worshipping, whether you realize it or not. And Nigeria, in fact, Africa as a whole has this issue or have this problem of overinflating the value, or over singing the praise of people. maybe for whatever reason. And most of it is born out of respect. We are known as people with a culture of respect. It's an African thing, but when you go to Nigeria, it's also, in fact, it is more known that there's a very strong culture of respect. But unfortunately, because of things like poverty and lack of exposure or getting the proper education, you find some people, they now focus so much of that energy that was meant to just originally respect the elders or respect someone that is doing good in the society. They now transform that energy into almost like fanaticism, or like just being like a fanatic of that person, following that person, you know, without even questioning anything, or without, understanding even where that person is going. It can easily metamorphose into that. It can easily metamorphose into that respect, you know. And some of these guys, now this is not focusing on Very Dark Man, this point I'm making. Some of these guys, um, whether they are politicians or whether they are just celebrities or they are just people, they take advantage of that. They know how, they have realized that, okay, this is the culture. This is the culture. So they can easily capitalize on that and make and create a very large following for themselves. And some of these guys who are not able to analyze things properly or think about things properly, they'll just jump on that train. They can even call themselves names, give themselves title. And as much as I respect Very Darkman and what he does, um, I'm not a fan, and I will never be a fan of um, tagging myself a follower of somebody. Like what I mean by that, just calling my, maybe there is a group name to, that is, the group name is just people that follows that person. No, I can't do that. The only person I'll do that for is God. The only person I'll do that for is my Lord and Savior. So every other human being, you can respect them, you can admire them, you can even be inspired by them, but you don't need to call yourself a name after them or act like you're in a group that follows them like it's a religion. No. So that's just my belief. And these things is more of an African thing, but it's stronger in some communities. Even in Nigeria, where it's stronger, it's also stronger in some communities in Nigeria. But we're not going to start going into tribal dynamics because if some people can attest to the fact that something like that is not very strong in the eastern region, for example. It's not. Well, you're a big man, yeah, good. Maybe when you want to give people money, people will come and they will appreciate you and shout all of that, but nobody will really um, sing too much of your praise. That's why when you hear some people say Igbo billionaires, Igbo billionaires, how many Igbo, they are not even counting Igbo rich men. In fact, the Igbo billionaires that are coming out are the ones that maybe coming out will help them do more business. Then they will come out. Those are the kind of Igbo billionaires. Maybe coming out will help them to sell more of their products. But a lot of Igbo billionaires are not even on they are not well known on social media. A lot of Igbo businessmen that are making money are not. So the point is that Very Dark Man, um, we don't want. I don't want to see. Let me use my. I don't want to see Very Dark Man get to the point of now misusing the privilege that he has. Yes, I don't want to see him getting to that point of misusing the privilege that he has. Because when you say things like, I own the media, I will show you. You see, people don't understand. There's a difference between trending. You can trend every week if you want. You just now, especially in this world, in this generation now, or in this present society, You can trend every day if you want, by just doing one outrageous or saying one outrageous thing on the internet. That's not the same thing as, real value or longevity. Because saying things like, I own the media, will do this and that. No, no, no. Respectfully, I love Very Dark Man, to be honest. And it's not going to change. Whether the no matter who believes it or not. But the thing is that there are some things also we don't say. There are some things we don't just engage in. And if that is how he wants to do it, fine. I will support whenever he comes out with the one I support. I will also come and commend him for that. And the one I don't support, I'm not going to join the bandwagon of some people to just praise him for that. Maybe I won't attack him, but I'll definitely not, or maybe I won't criticize him negatively. Not even maybe, I will not criticize him negatively, but I will give a positive review if needs be, because it's not compulsory. I can also just ignore. So, what I want to see from Very Dark Man, he also used, to be honest, um, he also used that culture of Nigerians and looking for who to call their fave. He also used it also to maintain his as a leverage of fame in the social media. And if he's using all these fame positively, that's a good thing. He also used it because that's a Nigerian thing. Everybody wants to be a favor of somebody. You see all these celebrities that they say people that are following them, they give themselves names. They say these are the so 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 and so, these are the so so and so. Even you see them fighting each other online. Sometimes you see grown up people that are even above 30. They are busy fighting the fave, according to them, of the other people. You that is doing, I am a this, I am a that. You are the project. You're actually the facilitator. You are the facilitator, and many of you are the ones that are still miserable. You're the ones that are suffering. You're the ones that are poor. And you're busy shouting, I am this, I am that online. So that's just the thing that I said I'm going to say about Very Dark Man, but it's all love for him. We can never hate Very Dark Man, and at the same time, we can't forget or we can't ignore that he has done, or the good that he has been doing. We cannot ignore it. So that's for Very Dark Man. I wish him all the best, and I just hope for this his issue with Lord. I hope it gets over soon, because I think when he was doing that, he probably didn't realize that it's more like a boomerang, because this whole thing is not just about Lord. Now you're talking about Igbo, 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 Igbo. Well, well, a lot of Igbo, everyone knows a lot of Igbo men are doing business. So if the business people are talking, you can't come out and say Igbos, and you're forgetting that a lot of Igbos are also supporting you. You can't say Igbos. Maybe if you really want to point at a group, then say some Igbo businessmen, because not even all Igbo businessmen. You can say, okay, some Igbo businessmen are coming for you because of this and that. But when you start doing this Igbo thing, it seems like you're looking for, you're trying to play. If you do that, it's going to look like you're also going that route of trying to do the Ibophobia thing, because it resonates with some other Nigerians that also have the Ibophobia in them. So when you do that, the danger is that how far can it go, and how does it make you look ultimately to everyone? Because Igbos are not just 500 or 1 million people somewhere. Yeah, well, even if they are less than 1 million, Still, that is not how life is. Everybody must be treated fairly. And anything that is not born in justice will not end well. Anything that is not born in fairness, righteousness, and justice will not end well. So, at the same time, any businessman anywhere that is overinflating, we can understand when you add your price for a product because of the cost of maybe importation, clearance in the ports. There's so much that goes into bringing in goods. We can understand all those costs when you have added them, even not just bringing in goods but also putting them in the you know putting these things in the in the store. Sometimes you don't even know if you're going to sell those goods. Sometimes you don't know if you're going to get back the return of investment. Like, you don't even know any of these things. So if you factored all that in, make sure you factored all that in. And after doing that, and you still realize that, okay, these people are still overinflating this price. Over. It's like it's too much. Then yes, we can now have a conversation and say this is not supposed to be so. But don't do it when you have not done the proper research on the cost on ground and everything. Mhm. So my point is not about all of those go to China, do business. My point is, very dark man, just try your best to make sure that you overcome any temptation that will make you want to use your social media exposure now, or relevance, you know to pursue anything that is not in the interests, total interest of the people. That's just all I have to say about that. And stay level-headed. Level-headed, the only time I won't advise anyone to stay level-headed is when you really need to come out there. You really need to raise your head for something good to happen in the society. And if you're telling me what we should raise our head for, there's a lot going on in the country. There's a lot of there's a lot of corrupt politicians that are making the lives of people miserable. There's a lot of corrupt, people in authority. Authority, businessman, if this one talk to you anyhow, you can go and buy from the other person. You can decide you never buy from him again for life and nothing will happen. Politician, you cannot just wake up and say this my governor, or this my president, or this my whatever is not, and now I don't want him there tomorrow. No. So sometimes we have to focus on what is really affecting us as a people. What is really doing us? That is what we should focus on. What is really affecting the people's survival? So that's just how I see it. But peace and love. I love Very Dark Man. There's no going back. But I just say that it's also important for me to say my mind and make him. If he will see this, it's good for Very Dark Man to listen to some of the things I've talked about. Then now for Regina Daniels. Well, I'm not going to say much on this. Like I said, this is not a gossip channel. Um, Regina Daniels, if you want to know what happened, please go and look for what happened. But obviously, you know that it's something to do with her husband. At first there was an accusation of DV, domestic booze, which everybody knows how terrible that is. There was that, and the person that came out to say that, I think, was her brother. And knowing the kind of society that we live in, if you put something like that out there, a lot of people will believe it, whether it's true or not. Whether it's true or not, a lot of people will believe it. Whether even some people will add their own imagination to it. And that is what you have seen a lot of content creators doing online. To them, it's all about views and clout, who is trending. But to be honest, I just for whatever reason, and to be honest, these people, I used to ask myself, okay, how, what kind of investigation or how credible is the information you're bringing out? Who is giving, what is your source? Because there's a lot of stories out there just for clout, and it's going to play into the emotions of a lot of people, especially in this case, a lot of women, because Regina Daniel is a woman. At the same time, anything you're not sure of, you're not sure of. If you don't know, you don't know. And if there is a, the only way we can deal with it, forget all this. Did Regina Daniels go and report Nwoko to the authority, or that she's under attack, or that she's being abused physically? Okay, somebody says she said the violence is too much. Yes, she might have said that in a video clip, but is it directed at somebody directly? And when you say the violence is too much, is the violence directed towards you? So you have to, now you might say, oh, we know what she mean, we know what she mean. Yes, you might, that you can only, it's still assumption. It is still assumption. Now the point is not to say, oh, Nedwoko is innocent or anything. But I believe that they have to be very careful, both Nedwoko and Regina Daniels. Why I say Nedwoko has to be careful is, no matter how it looks, nobody is going, the public is going to be more on the side of the woman, especially seeing her very young. And people already not very happy that you married a someone who is very, very young. And the truth, another thing people should also not be skipping, whether you agree with the concept of a much older man marrying a much younger lady, you should not start using words like marry a child, a child, a child. Is it not the law? Is it Nedwoko that made the law that 18 and above is an adult? Okay, you say, oh, so you just waited for 18. Well, even me myself, I don't know why somebody will marry somebody that is that young. Because for me personally, I feel like there's a lot that that person still needs to understand about life, to be honest, you know. And you're just going to give yourself headache a lot of time. Like now, with all these stories of drinking and allegations, though, because there's nothing that is confirmed. So all these drinking, if that is true, that is what you get also for going for someone that has not fully understood, or that probably have not understood what those things are. Maybe the only idea they have of some of those things is that is fun. But for people that have lived outside, or that know this thing, and they have decided now to now settle down or calm down, they know that it's just a phase. It's just a phase. It's not. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. You know. So the thing is that Regina Daniels, no matter what is going on, if she wants to make a decision, you see, my own point is not, oh, don't leave your husband. No, if you want to leave your husband and you decided that's what you want to do it. But do not live any life to try and please people online. Don't live any life to try and please people online because of what bloggers and gossip blogs are saying. Because of what they are saying. No, no, no. Don't live your life to try and get validation from these people outside. Because that, if you do that, you're going to regret. But if you live your life based on you, it's your decision. You calm down. You sit down with yourself. If possible, sit with your family, but sit first with yourself. Then you say, okay, this is how I want my life to be. Now, in that process, outside, you're not considering all these external factors, voices, that, oh, and all these noisemakers online. You're not looking at all that. You've just decided that this is how I want my life to be. Then you're free to take your decision. That's how I see it. It's just my opinion. But when you start saying, oh, because you want to show this person that, yes, the people, or you feel like some people are for you, all these people, the only thing they are for is success. And once they, and some people need validation, for how they see life. The people have how they see life, so they want you to play into that their life view. And if you're playing outside of it, they are not comfortable, so they want you to play into that their life view. So you have to be careful not to follow or fall into that trap of these people that just want you to do what they want you to do. And some of these people are not having the best of life, to be honest with you. Okay, you say you got married when you were young, that this story and that. Nobody, even people that don't know. Some people say it's your mother that pushed you. Some people say, oh, they have discovered you are the one that decide. So they are even confused. So what does that show you? It is your life. And people say, no, Nedwoko. Nedwoko, is he just an ordinary citizen? Or is it just a, for me, I believe everybody is valuable, and I believe everybody has value. It doesn't matter if you are rich, if you have money or not, if you have a lot of money or not. But because of how people see society, you can't classify Nedwoko as somebody, as an ordinary person. That is a very wealthy man. So which will you just walk on the street? Let's assume you're talking about, oh, it's about money, it's about what he provided for her. That is why she went there. You can you walk on the street and get what she got? Can you just go on the street and say, "Hey, so give me this now," and you get? So if it is give I give, that is what it is. Give I give. You're approaching the whole thing from a very emotional point. And according to the law, he has not committed a crime. He has not committed a crime. Personally, I will not advise anybody to go for a very young girl or someone who is very young. I won't, personally, to be honest. Because, or someone who is like too young, because there's a lot, like all these stories now. But if you have gone for it already, it has already happened. You're now Mrs. Ned Nwoko. And from what we are seeing, you can't tell me Ned Nwoko does not like this lady and he was always going everywhere with her. I don't, because if you don't like a lady, you think you just keep her in the house somewhere. In fact, you'll be hoping she leaves the house one day, which is very wrong. But that is how it is for some ladies, that some men that probably don't want the woman anymore. So you can't just say that. So whatever it is that is going on with Regina Daniels, I really hope that it ends well for her. And I really hope that she makes a decision outside of this so-called social media and all these people that are trying to be the commentators of her life. You say, oh, she was too young. These same people that are shouting she was too young, if they tell you how old their mother was and their grandmother was when she married their father, you will be shocked. Regina Daniels at least got to legal adult age, legal as of now, even as of the time she got married. But those days of these people commenting, go to the days of their parents. You'll be surprised, some of them 15, 16. That is when their mothers or their grandmothers got married. So, but you have not disowned your grandmother. You're not insulting your grandmother. You're not insulting your mother or talking all manner of evil against her online because of her decision. Now it is Regina Daniels that you have to the power to come and be bad mouthing. The lady, you look for money, you chase money. That is the problem. You chase money. You chase money. Your grandmother, some of them did not even chase money and they did the same thing. So, are you going to say they are more stupid if, since you want to go to the route of insulting, are you going to say they are more stupid? So, this is the thing. that a lot of people are not considering. That's why I'm saying that Regina Daniels, if you can listen to this message, do not make your decisions because of validation from the public. Make your decision based on what is good for you and your future. Make your decision because of what is good for you and your future, your children. You're not a, I don't know who is, these people even talking. Do they know that Regina Daniels now is a mother? It seems they still talk like she's not a mother. Any, like maybe she's just some high school girl. Did they know that she's a mother of I don't know how many kids, but she's a mother, and they are still looking at her as if she's one. They want her to be that forever small girl in the movies. She can't be that. People grow up. Say the husband is old, he's old. How old is he? Is he not still moving? So that's the thing. If you look at it from all that angle, you will take it easy. You will take it easy online. So Nwoko, that is his decision. Even me, I don't. If I see a lady that is 10 years older than me, there's a way I look at them that, or even I mean 10 years younger, or even 5 years. I start thinking that, hey, so it means this person have not. What level is, in terms of mentality has this person reached? That I won't go for someone that is very much younger. I wouldn't. But at the end of the day, look at the facts. Is it a crime what he did? No. Is it for nothing? No. Did she get a secure something to secure her life and her future? Yes. No matter what the accusation is, look at the same people now, Regina Daniels. That issue of drug. How many of them now are still singing your praise? When they are talking, are they not mentioning that oh she drugs, drugs, drugs? And you say, oh, why did the husband come and say such a thing? Well, the brother or whoever came out and start making the thing about domestic violence, well, is the person that will say took it to that level. Because don't forget that Nedwoko also has his reputation and has his own life to protect. So if you come out and say he did this and that, is he abused your sister, he did what, all right. We don't want to be doing trial by social media. Anything that go to the authorities, go to the authorities. If the authorities tell you that no, they cannot handle that, they have not found any, okay, then you can come to the social media. Because you say, oh, I went to the authorities, they said that they cannot do investigation into this, that I should go away, then you come to the social media. That's okay. But if the authorities have not said, you've not gone to the authorities, you just come straight to social media. So what do you want the other person to do? To keep quiet? They also have to defend themselves. So when the brother came out to do that, the husband, being also a lawyer and someone that has have experience, will definitely come out and put out that out there. Since you're trying to make me look like a monster in the public, now, well, you should also, you also do not deserve for me not to not to expose what is going on. Now, I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with any of it at all. I do not agree with any of it. So that's the thing. I believe that this whole thing could have just been avoided. It's like it went from 0 to 100. And to be honest, some people that are careful will probably see it coming a bit. Because like that when I saw that is it a picture or video of Regina Daniels and Ned Walker at the background with like trying to, and she was laughing. I didn't understand what that is, to be honest with you. I felt like, hey, I don't think there's a way Nedwoko will be happy with this. So I thought at some point I said, okay, maybe he's a funny man, maybe he doesn't care, or maybe he is one of these, You know the way Davido's uncle likes dancing and he's a very so I'm like, okay, maybe he's one of these senators or big men that are just they are kind of bubbly and whatever they call. So I didn't take to it. I didn't look at it so much, but I also knew that this is not normal. Oh. How do you just post your husband like that? Is somebody like Nedwoko, and Nedwoko is not a content creator. So I was like, well, so but not too long after we started seeing and hearing all of this. So it means that there's some things that triggered all of this. And Regina Daniels, I love you. Everybody loves you, obviously, um, and that is why some people, well, let me not say everybody, but many people love you, and there are other people that is not love, it's just they want you to fit into their narrative of life, how they want life to be. They want you to fit into that. So now you make your decisions independently, whether you want to leave or you want to stay or you want to go to the police, or you don't want to, or you want to go to the, what is it called now, the rehab, anywhere you want to go, make your decisions independently. Make your decisions by yourself. Don't allow external forces, and don't let anybody lie to you that there is one angel or somebody waiting for you out there. And the only thing I will say to Nedwoko is, you married a young somebody who was very young. There are a lot of things that she has not experienced in life. You have to continue being patient. You can't get tired just so easily. Oh. You have to continue being very patient with the lady. You have to keep being patient. You have to keep being patient with her so that at least if it's a phase, it will phase out. If it's a phase, it will phase out. And just at the same time, is your wife, but you still have to look at her as your daughter. Hmm? You not look at her as your daughter in every way, of course, but just that fatherly kind of. Because when you see some things, you just okay, this is very wrong, this is foolish, this, but don't react with too much emotion. And I feel like he has been doing that to some extent, but it shouldn't get tired. Shouldn't get tired. Shouldn't get tired. And please, DV is something that um, triggers a lot of emotions for people, and that should not be part of your story. That should not be part of your story. In fact, anybody that accuses somebody of that needs to be they need to go and ask that person what is good. How did you know this? You have to show proof because it's something very important, very serious. But at the end of the day, we wish them peace. We wish them very peaceful home. Whether you're wishing her to leave or let her wish whatever she wish for herself is what I'm following. If she wish for herself, good. If she wish for herself to leave, okay, fine. If she wish for herself to stay, fine. But please, Regina Daniels, do not follow that you're trying to validate the public. These same people screaming, they are not screaming on their mothers and their grandmothers. Oh. Many of them, their grandmothers married in their teenage years, or even their mothers. So they are not doing the same to them. It's you that they are trying to use to rectify the mistakes of their own ancestors, what they perceive as mistakes. So make your decisions independently, and no, we don't want to hear any reports of violence. We don't want to hear any report of violence. Me myself, I will never advise if there is truly violence and there is no solution to it immediately, then I will not advise somebody to continue because we don't want to hear the worst news. Or if there is violence and there is no immediate solution, me, I will not advise anybody to continue unless there is something that has been done about it. And the reason why I will not advise anybody not to continue is because while we are trying to make peace, somebody should not buy first. Or while we are trying to hold the home, or work on, while you're trying to work on something, person should not go and buy. So, but those of you that are there just looking for content to create, you have to respect Regina Daniels' decision, respect her choices, and respect her family. If you're insulting Nwoko, you're insulting her. That's the truth. Because it's her family, it's her husband. He's not your, she's not your sister. She is the wife of Ned Nwoko, whether you like it or not. So, peace and love, all the blessings, recovery, everything. I wish the best for their family. Whether you accept it or not, they are now family. They are joined together with children. So I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know why you're crying when you're the one, she did, they did not, nobody broke the law of your country. So what are you crying? All right, peace and love. We'll see you next time.